Welcome, everybody, to the JJ and Pug Show. It is January 7th, 2025.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Did you know it was 1 year and 1 day ago we recorded in my kitchen?
Really?
Yeah.
I knew it was
It's been
close.
a year, dude.
It's been about that. I knew it was right around a year.
A year and a day, man.
That's crazy. How many episodes? What, 80? Are we at
like 85, something like that? Yeah.
And we were in the top 50% of podcasts listened to.
Check it out, y'all. Check it out.
This year, maybe top 25. Let's see what happens.
You know what's really funny about that? If we are in the top 50%, that is really crazy to me how many podcasts don't get listened to.
Right, no joke.
That is insane. I didn't know that, by the way.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Well, I sent you that thing.
Oh, the
It was
rack.
that
Oh, yeah,
screenshot.
that's right.
All that screenshot with all that information towards the end of the year. It told you how much you have. I think we have over 5,000 minutes done and whatnot, which is really kind of probably below average.
See,
in the
I
sense
honestly
of
don't even know what that means.
Yeah, like, because you figure playing time, right? That's how much airtime we have, like how much we've actually talked. I don't know if 5,000 is obviously only 50% of the, like, so there's got to be people that are doing tens of 20,000s of minutes just constantly, because there are 3-hour long podcasts that come out, like these crime ones and stuff like that. So I'm sure, like, I mean, it sounds cool, but there's probably so many people in that top 50.
I know, it's like, say top 50%, like that
But
to
it
me
sounds
is just
cool.
an insane. It's an insane number to think of the amount of them that aren't getting listened to.
Oh, yeah.
That to me is the real highlight. But hey, all y'all that listen, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Had two people reach out to me over the it was about 3-week break that we just took, 2 week, whatever it was, asking about possibly being sponsors.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. So nothing came of it yet.
Hey, it's fine. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, I got to start somewhere. So my thought was, oh, by the way, this is something I wanted to get out there. Oh, forgot about that. A little bit on practice, man. This is Welcome Home by Millington.
See, you come up with these crazy names. Like, I listen to a lot of music, but my genre is pretty much the same. Like, Apple Music knows what I listen to, so it's the same kind of relative stuff. But this stuff, like Millington.
Yeah. So it's the thing that I like about it is it's like a new age ska band. Dude, ska's so fun.
I don't know what ska is.
It's basically punk
I probably
rock.
do.
You know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, Goldfinger.
Okay.
Tony Hawk Skater.
Oh, yeah.
Superman. That's
Tony Hawk, bro. That was such a fun game.
Oh, yeah, dude. It's a classic of our childhood, man.
I want to bring it back, and I don't want the graphics to be any better.
Oh, I know.
Like,
They got to be the exact same. Same. Well, actually, no, they're going to get a little better when that 4K 64 comes out.
Oh, that's going to be so dope. I might wait in line for that.
I have Tony Hawk in a 64.
Really?
I have the 64.
You still have the old school 64
Absolutely,
and
dude.
it operates?
Yeah.
What have we been doing here this whole time? I heard.
Dude, it's funny because we were just taking all the stuff out of the attic for the for Christmas, and I saw the box. I'm like, that's where you are,
bro. We should have it plugged into this TV, right? We could be playing 007 Goldfinger right now.
I don't think it plugs into these TVs.
Ooh, there's got to be an
adapter. It's the old school red, yellow, and white.
Absolutely an adapter on Amazon for $6.
Something
to HDMI into that 3-way splitter.
There's got to be something like that. But yeah, dude, I got it, man. We'll have to plug it in something. I got a GoldenEye on there.
Oh gosh,
Mario Kart 64.
Dude, we could be running around with looking for a golden gun and GoldenEye in that freaking what was that that room with all the white walls?
I can't remember, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Where you could take the sneak peek through the vents and stuff like that. Get odd job.
Gosh,
nobody can shoot him.
That was annoying. I love that game.
Yeah, good memories, man. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So what I was saying, the thing I like about this is it takes me back. It's like new band today that does song music style from 20 years ago with the horns, the trombone, the trumpet, the saxophone,
playing it all.
I freaking love it.
You know, it's funny, we talk about these old games. You remember how much TVs cost back then?
Oh, yeah.
Right now, dude, I was just in Walmart. You can get a 75-inch Vizio TV for $560.
Dude, you can get a 98-inch TV at Walmart now for under $1,000.
That's the TCL, though. I don't know if I know, or the Hisense, right?
Dude, it's a wall.
Even if it lasts like 2 months, you're like, I've got a 98
Dude, put that up for the Super Bowl, and it's a party.
But here's the thing. Once you go that big, you can never go back down. Like, that's why, like, so my I had a 75-inch in the
There's so many euphemisms I know people are making right now.
I don't even care. It's fine. It went out, and I'm like, I could save some money and spend $500 and buy a Vizio, but I'm like, I can't go back.
You're not going to do it.
So I bought a nicer LG 75-inch because you just can't go back, dude.
I know, dude. Especially if it's the main TV.
Yeah,
like in here, like, listen, I got two TCLs right here.
Right, totally fine.
Don't care.
Don't care. If they go out tomorrow, you'll go buy another $200 TCL.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're the cheapest thing out there for a reason.
Yep.
But like when it comes to like the main house, like this is the room, but no. got to be nice.
Well, yeah, that's what we usually go Vizio, right? Vizio's not a bad off-brand like Costco brand. It works, but they just don't last very long.
Yeah.
So I bought an LG, and dude, it's crazy the color difference. Like,
really?
You're like, wow. Granted, it's been a couple years since I bought a TV, but you're still like, wow, like you can actually see a difference in the same type of television that's, just because LG's just better. Like it is what it is, right? It's not it cost me $800 versus $500, right? There's a difference there.
There's a reason why
there's a reason difference, and you can see it in the colors. Man. It's nuts.
For me, I'm just in Samsung. Yeah. I've been locked in on, for like I said, the main TV, the family room TV.
And it's working.
Samsung. Oh, it's great.
See, it's funny. I wanted to buy a Samsung, and somebody was like, "Hey, they make washers and dryers or something, not TVs." So think about that. I was like, I think they make phones too, but it's a giant telephone.
But the most technologically advanced phones.
Yeah.
Like theirs are always at the very end.
Second to iPhone. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's funny you say that because iPhone is constantly trailing them in almost every feature.
Because they're not a free market. So there's just,
I know, because they own the monopoly.
Yeah, they do.
I don't remember who I was talking
to.
iPhone
16 too.
Oh, you did? So we can get a new cord over there. We don't need the lightning cable anymore, huh?
Yeah. I'm going to, I don't know. I feel like Apple screws you, right? I hate the game they play. It literally goes from lightning charger to USB-C, and then it'll go back to lightning charger, so that way you have to buy them again.
I think, wasn't there a lawsuit about that, which is why they went to USB-C?
Here's another grievance, by the way. Why in the heck when you buy things now, anything you buy, they give you the cable, but they don't give you the block or anything to plug into the wall?
Dude, did I send you that guy? Did I send you that guy just railing on it?
No.
I know. I had to have.
No.
Because it was exactly the way I feel. You're saying exactly the way I feel. Bro.
It makes me so mad.
Look at this. Look at this. This came with my kids something that they got for Christmas. There's no boxes to plug these in. Just a USB-C cord that is freaking useless.
I know. I'm like, why would you do like? I don't understand. Whatever happened to just the whole thing being together?
Yes.
Like, I don't need a block. I don't want to buy the block because the blocks aren't cheap. Like,
no.
If you want, and the thing
they're
is,
like $30.
And have you noticed when you buy the cheap ones, it takes twice as long to charge the ones? Like, it's out of control.
The worst part about it is they're rarely ever the right wattage. They're usually off a little bit in the amps, so you're going to cause like it's a fire hazard, and it's going to ruin the battery. The thing that also drives me nuts, the same guy he's on social media. I'll send it to you because it is exactly what I feel. Why don't we just go back to 110 volt plugs?
I don't understand why we got away from it. Just plug in.
We don't have to have everything with a battery.
No.
Everything doesn't have to come with a battery. And he's specifically talking about it because he just had a kid. And like all the little things that they're buying for the kid, like a sound machine, the baby monitor, and all the crap. It's like, why do I have to have a lithium ion battery in everything with just a USB cord with no plug?
Yeah, dude, I bought a charger for a camera, right? Just a battery charger. And it comes with the box. I'm like, okay. What if I don't have another cord? Like now I have to unplug something else or use something else again. We don't know what the wattage is. I have no idea what's supposed to go into this thing. Yeah. I'm like, all right, screw it. I'll just plug it in. Yeah. Like what happened to that?
Okay. This right here. Okay. It's a 3-port USB-C. Guess what? One is 15 watts, 25 watts, 65 watts. I don't know what any of them are.
I have no clue.
I don't know which one's supposed to be 15.
I just plug them in, dude. Like, I have no idea.
And you cross your fingers. Yeah. Hopefully that's right.
Whatever. And then you're like, okay, who knows that stuff anyway? Like, who's really looking? Hey, you need to make sure you buy a 15 watt to charge this adequately or to not overcharge it.
Is it labeled right there at the bottom of your phone where it tells you what kind of... No, it's not.
I was going to say, mine's not.
No, it's not. That's my point. Oh, hey.
Hi, Rhea.
There's a little baby that just walked in here. Hey, Rhea, come here.
She said not. Nope.
She's done.
But yeah, I can't. It just makes me so... It's everything. Everything we do.
Are you coming? You want to say hi?
She's like, meh.
No? Okay.
Okay, bye, Rhea.
Just woke up from her nap, as you can tell. She just turned 4, man.
Oh, what's it?
4 years old. Yeah. Got another one coming, but man, they're 4 years old now.
Yeah. Dude, you're almost out. You were out of that baby phase, and now you're going right back in.
It's so funny. Like, when out of the baby phase, like, I am holding on to it with her so much. Bro, I still put her down for a nap.
Yeah.
Every afternoon.
And all of a sudden, she's going to be now, like, she's going to get a side seat. She's going to be now an official middle child, and you're in trouble.
I know, dude.
Bro, I'll never forget. I don't care how old I get. When she took off from that party and just ran down Kara's road, like, out the outside of the fence,
and looking at everybody
she's
while
like,
doing it.
See ya, I'm out. Like, I was like, oh, you are going to have your hands full with that. She was meant to be a middle child.
Oh,
dude.
yeah. She is 100% that kid. Like, it's funny. It is funny how, like, there are certain kids that just have that in them.
Yep.
She's just got it.
And their personalities, it's weird. Like, you can mold kids a certain way to a certain extent, but they're born who they are.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Like, I mean, one of my buddies, his daughter is the most outgoing kid person I probably know. Yeah. She will come up to you at church and just hang out and just talk to you. She don't even need to know who you are.
Dude, that's her.
Dude,
that's her. She literally does that at church all the time to people, and people are like, "Oh, hello."
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, okay, I guess you're with us now."
Or she'll come up and be like, "I'm a mermaid," and she'll just start talking. You know, and she's gotten older now, where her vocabulary. Some of these kids' vocabulary, it's like, I don't even know what you just said.
It's like Peppa Pig, man. They're sitting there watching that British crap.
Probably. It was like, holy crap, dude. It's nuts, man. But it's just crazy.
I remember somebody, this had to have been a social media thing, because they were saying, like, I am ashamed. I let my kid watch so much Peppa Pig. They have an English accent now. They're from Ohio. Like, this child is walking around with an English accent.
That's funny. But I never thought about that.
Yeah, dude. It's... going back to the whole nature versus nurture thing, there's definitely some nature.
Oh,
you can nurture a lot.
100%.
You can nurture a lot.
You can form kids for sure.
Specifically, what I'm talking about is mostly when it comes to behavioral
discipline stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. But dude, nature is so strong.
Oh, dude, they are who they are. Like they're just the DNA, whatever the profile is of that kid's personality. It is. You can't bury that, especially in the outgoing ones.
Yes.
Like, and some people are introverted, some people are extroverted, and now there's a new thing. There's like an introverted extrovert or something. It's kind of weird.
I've heard of that. I heard this.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but it was like, there's a third personality type.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you mean there's not just two personality types?
Yeah. It's like, it's something weird. Like, it's like you're an introvert, but you're extroverted.
You're an extroverted introvert.
Yeah. It's something weird. And I'm like, okay, but I guess that doesn't make sense.
Introverted extrovert. It's funny because I remember when I saw it.
You're either an innie or an outie, bro. I don't understand.
What a great metaphor, right? That's it. That's it. You just solved it, bro.
Done. Just pick one. You're either an innie or an outie, bro. It's done.
It's just funny how often though we do try and put stuff like in a bag like that. Like you're either one or the other. It's like you realize that there's like a huge spectrum of all the different personality types. Like, yeah, maybe you fit more of this one.
Yeah.
But like, I remember my wife telling me she was an introvert. My wife's not an introvert. She's not. She's not like me. Like, she's not an extrovert out there, like being super loud in a party setting. Like, she's not that at all. But she's not also the person that is afraid to talk to anybody or won't talk to anybody. No. Like,
she's an extrovert around her people.
Yeah.
Like introverted around maybe people she doesn't know. Like, and a lot of people are like that.
But even that's not even true, because she just will. When I first met her, I remember thinking that she was shy. Yeah. And I realized, no, she's not shy. It's just if she doesn't have something to say, she's not afraid to not say anything.
Yeah.
Like,
she's okay with the quiet.
She's totally fine with being quiet, which is one of the things that drives me nuts. Because, I mean, Bowen and Malia we were talking about this, because me and Malia are the same person. Bowen and Chalet are the same person.
Dude, Bowen cracks me up. I can't help but laugh at him. Did you see that video he posted where he was riding around on the dirt bike trying to ride a wheelie? Dude, he's just at his property. I don't know. He's with his kids riding the circle, and he's out there just trying to ride a wheelie in this little mini bike.
Speaking of videos,
it's just funny to me. I don't know why.
Speaking of videos that they posted, did you see the one where their two kids were having a lightsaber battle on top of like a shipping container Connex box?
No.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Who won?
Okay, first off, I don't know who won, but it could not have been real when I watched it. I watched it like 6 times, like there's no way that really happened. They're backing up, right? And the oldest boy just fell. But like, as he's backing there, going back and forth, he just literally like walked off the back of this thing and went straight down the 9.5 feet, completely unharmed.
That's
like,
to be
didn't like tip over, just like off an elevator
on his feet.
Yeah,
straight.
It was like I watched like 6 times. How did he not break a leg?
Bon, I need you to send that to me.
I'm gonna have to have her send it to you, because dude, it didn't make any sense. Like, the physics of it made no sense to me.
Kid, dude.
I know. And it just popped up there.
If I drop off a 3-foot ledge and I'm not paying attention, bro, I'm like, listen, I'm going to need a minute.
Vertebrae's gone. Like I have a scoliosis, man.
I played softball Sunday. I played softball. I'm not a baseball player, right? I can hit the ball when I hit it. Dude, softball's hard too. Like, the way that ball falls, if you haven't done it in a while,
throw it. Get that ball in your hand and go to throw it. You're like, everything feels weird about this.
I got 2 muscles torn in my rotator cuff, I found out, right? Thank you, Dr. Payne. Dr. Pace told me what was wrong. Oh, by the way, if you ever get an MRI or anything done, you know what will tell you what it is? ChatGPT, bro.
Oh, really?
I literally took the verbiage, because you know when they give it to you, the readings, like all these crazy words.
Never had an MRI in my life.
Okay.
Lucky. Very lucky over here.
They break it down, and they do it in medical terminology. They don't do it in layman terms at all. So I highlighted it, pasted it into ChatGPT and said, break this down into layman terms. Bro, genius. It was so easy to understand. I'm like,
hey man,
I love AI for some things.
You have discovered the real purpose of AI.
Yeah, it helps us people who are dumb. Like, why do we have all these weird medical words?
Because that's what doctors go to school for.
Why can't you say, hey, you have 4 muscles in your rotator cuff, 2 of which are torn, you need surgery? That's all that needs to say.
And what did it say? Something along like this lacerated blah, blah, blah.
Oh, dude, it's words that I can't pronounce. It's all this like random long words or the disc joint of the humerus of the... Man, bro, I don't even understand why.
Dude, speaking of medical stuff. Okay. So you were there at the kids' baptism, right?
Yeah.
Right after we had...
little get together.
We'll say lunch, get together, birthday party for all the kids here. And everybody came over, great time. Barbecue chicken, everybody brought something. It was a blast, right? Kids played all day long. That next day, we've got Shalay's sister and her family from Florida staying with us. It's like straight up a Christmas vacation at my house, right? The family's over all the time.
Oh, I want to say the words, but I'm not going to.
Which ones?
It's full. Dude, I'm sorry, dude.
It's perfect. It's the best. I love it. Oh, what are you looking at? How are you looking at, honey? Oh, I'm just looking at the whatever. I can't remember, like the glisten of a winter's morn in a jackass out there emptying his chemical septic into the sewer.
Cracks me up,
dude. Oh my gosh, dude, that show. I need a pen. Hang on.
Oh goodness!
I gotta mark it down, but dude, that show was full of great lines.
And you know what's funny is I didn't like it as a kid growing up. Like I just didn't care to watch it. Maybe it was because
you didn't get it
right. But now, bro, we watch it every. Like I can't help but laugh, dude. Like when he goes, "Oh look, honey, a deer," and he flips off the cross. Like, dude, it's just little stuff that you know you've done now.
I think I said this last time. I laugh harder at every line now than I ever did, and it gets funnier to me every year.
Yeah, it's so much better.
It's probably because as you become a dad and you experience more of the things that Clark was going through. Like it's like
he just experienced it all at once.
Yeah, all at once.
All the emotions.
So anyway, Clark Griswold family Christmas at my house over this week, over the Christmas break. Okay, so the next night, Shalay's sisters are here with their husbands and her mom and dad, and the kids are playing while we adults are playing like an adult card game. I think it was like Bunko or something like that. It's like it's a dice game. I should
Cards
say.
Against Humanity. Whatever.
I wish. It's a much more humane, like this is just a numbers thing, who wins, right? Anyway, one of my nieces comes in and says, hey, Rhea says she's not feeling very good. I was like, oh, she's fine. You know, she's 4 years old at this point. Like, I'm not going to believe her. She just tells me she's not feeling good. Well, she was right. She puked. And then later on that night, Kempsey says, Dad, I'm not feeling very good either.
Oh,
puked.
Oh.
All night long, both of them. Both of them all night long throwing up.
I can't handle throw up, dude.
And it's Reyes waking up, throwing up on her pillow. Okay. You know what I mean? It's just like that kind of thing. It's like, all right, well.
The worst night.
Dude, it is. And obviously I'm not going to make Shalay do this. She's, 7.5 months pregnant. Like she can barely get out of bed as it is. So she's helping with Kempsey, when Kempsey gets sick, dude, she has to be with mom. Like she can't just be in her own room. She has to be with mom. So she's sleeping on our floor. Every hour we hear her wake up and go, you know what I mean? So like, at least she's puking into a bowl. I'll get up, clean the bowl out, bring it back. And then over the baby will come. I can hear Rhea in there crying because she just threw up. All right, I'm going to go in there and change the sheets. Bro, longest night ever. Longest night ever. But the next morning, they both say they feel fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so one night thing. Okay, one night thing. Next day, it's Christmas Eve. Shalay, 1 o'clock. Her family is leaving. Sister's getting back on a plane. They're going back to Florida for Christmas Eve. They're going to be there for Christmas Day. As soon as they leave, I'm not feeling very good. For 2 days, she threw up. For 2 days. Constantly.
And she's got a nerd, like she's got a human being inside her. She's got to try to eat.
Yes, and so
nutrition.
And that's the reason why she doesn't stop throwing up. It's because she's constant. Every time she throws up, she's drinking more water, drinking more liquid IV because she's like, I don't want to go to the hospital and have to, get an IV put in.
Yeah,
bro. For 2 days, and she feels awful. Christmas night, Santa's doing his work. Santa's solo.
Santa.
No elves. All right? Santa's working by himself. Santa starts to feel a little something.
Oh, no.
Okay? Luckily, it's not coming out the front end because throwing up is the worst.
Bro, I will fight that to the death, bro. I hate throwing. Are you a violent thrower-upper?
Yes. My entire body heaves.
It's like my stomach's trying to come out of my mouth, dude. It is insane.
My spine is following the spine.
100%, dude. Everything. I feel like somebody next door thinks I'm being murdered.
Yes. Shalay laughs at me all the time. It's like, listen, I do not throw up like you. Dude, I've not been pregnant.
It's the same way she literally does this. And it just comes out.
It's like, how does that happen?
Where I'm like, dude, it's
a whole
like
body
there's a dying goat in my bathroom, dude. It's just terrible, dude.
It's exactly full body movement. Like it is not.
I'm getting an ab workout, bro.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I've never had an ab workout that hurt more than that.
Dude, I will fight it. I will drink half a bottle of Pepto-Bismol, bro, to not throw up. I don't care. At one time, just go.
So I start pissing out the butt for the next 2 days, right? The good news is, as far as my accountability goes, bro, I went down 15 pounds. It gave me a huge jump start on what I was trying to get done, dude.
Well, thank you,
great.
New Year.
So, I mean, I've never been more tired and just out.
So random thought here about this, but have you ever had this when you're sick and it's coming out of both ends at the same time? You ever had to throw up in the bathtub?
Yeah.
Bro, I did it at my buddy's house when I was a kid.
Like when you were in the bathtub?
When you're on the pooper.
Oh.
Diarrhea.
You have to lean
and
over?
You have to lean over. You ever had that happen?
No, I've never had that happen.
One time, and I was at my buddy's house, I threw up all over his little sister's stuff, dude. All over her toys. What am I supposed to do? I was like, food poisoning, the worst thing ever. And I still remember it, bro. An apartment, a second story apartment. I remember it like yesterday. It was the worst thing ever, dude. Like, you're sitting here crapping your brains out because it just hurts, and all of a sudden you're like, uh-oh. How's it coming out?
How's there anything else left?
How's it going to happen? Sure enough, dude, right into the kids' toys, dude. I'm like, it's like, what am I going to do here? Do we leave it like a crime scene? Or do we do?
And the worst part about when you're a kid, honestly
I'm probably 16. I have a car, I think. So I'm like, maybe I just leave. Like, what if I just wake up to a crime scene?
Did you just leave?
No, I think I must have cleaned it up, dude. I mean, I had to have, dude. His little sister was tiny because he had a little. I think there's a pretty good age gap, like 10, 12 years. So she was a tiny thing, and there's just all these little kid like toys in the bathtub, dude.
Dude, rough, man.
See, but I hate throwing up. I used to throw up a lot when I get food poisoning, and I haven't had it in a long time. But dude, I will fight it. I will do everything I can. I will down a whole bottle of Pepto. I don't care if it makes me constipated for a week, but I haven't thrown up. I'm okay,
dude. Like, I'm with you, man. Throwing up is the worst.
So did you get sick?
No, I just for me. That. Okay, so yeah, obviously pissing straight out of the anus. Like it was straight water, man. There was nothing solid with that for 2 days. Weaker than I've ever felt in my life. Just tired. Yeah. After Christmas, dude, I slept so much. I've never slept that much. I've never been that type of person that likes to sleep. Like it's not something where I'm like, oh man, you know what? I'm taking a nap this afternoon because I want to.
I love sleep.
See, not me.
But you know what I want? You know what I like about what I want is I don't want to sleep the day. I feel like we waste it away, right?
Yeah.
All I want is when I sleep for 6 hours
to be asleep.
Solid REM sleep. Like I want to wake up, and I just don't get that anymore. It just I don't know why, but it just sucks.
I think it has just because we're older, bro.
Maybe.
Like I don't remember the last time I actually slept through the night. And it's not that I'm a bad sleeper. I never sleep all the way.
I'm going to get up and pee at least one time.
For me, or I'm just going to get up, roll over. Get up, roll over, because this neck hurts. Now this side hurts. Like it's anyway. But so 2 days that's going on, and then the flu starts. Where now I've got all this residual like phlegm and crap up in my head that I'm still trying to hack up and cough out.
This has been going around,
dude. I know. Yeah. And then I remember I went back to work. It was 2 days after Christmas. It was a Friday because I had to get stuff done. And dude, I went in there, stared at a spreadsheet for 15 minutes and made zero progress in even comprehending what I was reading. I couldn't focus on anything. And so I'm just like, I have to get this done. Once I'm done, I'm done. Because that was the one thing I had to do it. And then come a little bit after New Year's, we're good. Like everyone's good. We're fine. But dude, it was up and down there. Everybody in the family, except for Benton. He's the only one that didn't get sick. And I say only one, I mean, it went back to Florida. Because her kids started throwing up the minute they landed.
Everybody on the plane.
Luckily, no one on the plane. Like they didn't have any issues on the plane. The minute they landed,
everybody else on the plane got sick too.
Everyone else was sick. Yeah, you're right.
Patient zero over here.
Dude, I know, for real.
Rhea.
Dude, for real. It started right here. Have you ever seen the movie Contagion?
No, but I've seen Outbreak, and it's the same thing.
I've never seen Outbreak.
What?
I don't even know what that is.
The monkey one?
I don't know what it is. But
bro, you're a movie guy. Really? It's what's the guy's name, dude? It's got a couple big names in it too. What is Kiefer Sutherland's dad's name? Donald Sutherland.
Yeah.
He's in it.
So it's an older movie though.
And the guy, I can't remember his name.
Donald Sutherland's dead.
Yeah, it's a 90s movie, bro. It's about basically a virus that spreads. It's kind of funny because me, when the Rona happened, it was like, ooh, I've seen this before. They like shut an entire town down because everybody in the town is getting sick, and it shows how the virus is transmitted at a movie theater, and all these people are dying from it. Like, it's no joke, and they're gonna nuke this town.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's crazy. Dennis Hoffman? Maybe that's the other guy.
Dennis Hopper?
Is that Dennis Hopper?
He's the bad guy from Waterworld.
I think it's the same guy.
Yeah.
But anyway, good movie.
You got to see Contagion.
Yeah.
I think it's like 2009. Matt Damon. It is a coronavirus. It is. It comes from China.
Weird.
Yes. I'm telling you, when I was watching it, it was like, man, this is a really scary thing. I can't believe this ever happened. And then when coronavirus started happening, I'm like, holy crap.
I've seen this before.
I saw this 11 years ago in the movie theater. Like, this was freaking Matt Damon told me this was going to happen.
Fauci wrote this whole book.
Yeah, I wonder, is he getting producer credit? Is he a part of this? Anyway, well, dude, let's just do one show today. Just because we're coming back, guys. We took a break. This is also doing it in a time that we normally wouldn't do it. Because
it's just a weird week to get back, and
school's starting back up, and
just getting back on our own routine. I think everybody's been off and just kind of getting back into a swing of things.
Yeah, even if you've been going to work, your whole world threw up. Got thrown up around.
It did throw up. Yours did.
I absolutely did here for 2 weeks. It's always that 2 weeks right before Christmas and right after New Year's where you're like, okay. Everybody hit pause for a little bit.
Everybody shuts down, dude. Everybody, no matter where you work, what you do, other than I think even in public safety, the people on the road or people working patrol, like cops, they still work, but their administration doesn't. The departments probably all shut down because it's just there's nobody around.
I was gonna say even if you're working, it's different. It feels different. Everything just is different. Like you're not as on point as you would normally be because you're kind of like when we get home. We're going to be relaxing. Games on. Exactly.
Yeah. Everybody's eating what you want. You don't care at the end of the year. You're like, you know what? I'm going to save it.
With that being said, speaking of people being off, we went, my nephew had a basketball tournament. They live in Snowflake. Had a basketball tournament here in the Valley over the break. We went and saw a couple of games. They were playing in Chandler at some small, I think it's called Chandler Prep. I don't know. It was on Alma School in Warner.
Okay.
Go there. First game I watched was on a Friday. It was fine. It was Friday afternoon. They won a good game. He got to play a couple minutes. He's a sophomore playing this varsity, so it was like a big deal that he was even invited to be on the tournament. So it was a good game.
Did they won actually.
Yeah, like I said, in that game he played a couple minutes, probably like 4 to 5 minutes, and the next game he played another 4 to 5 minutes. Yeah. They won both games. The next day they're going to be playing for like the tournament championship. There's only whatever tournament championship is. They're playing Florence. It's a good game. It's going back and forth, and. One, I can say this. Do not be a douchebag if you are a parent in the stands.
Dude, that's all the stands are anymore, a parent douchebag.
I honestly was appalled. Because here's one thing, and I was saying this to my dad. Listen, if you come from Snowflake, whether you are a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints or you are not, you're from Snowflake, so you're immediately assumed you are.
Yeah.
That town is nothing but Mormons up there, right?
For sure.
And if you are... come down and not be a dick. I think it's a very, very low bar. And the people in the stands for Snowflake were some of the worst fans I've ever been around. And of course, I'm with them. My nephew's on this team. I kept looking over to my right. There's this one dude, I swear, this guy obviously had just had like 6 injections of testosterone.
Let's go.
Because he was red-faced, yelling at kids. Shoot it. It's like, dude, shut up. Dude, these are children, man. There's nobody on this court that's 18 years old. There's not an adult on the court. Like, you're a grown ass man. Like, I was absolutely appalled.
Dude, you haven't experienced this yet because your kids are still younger. So as they get into it more, you're going to see these parents. And you know what's funny is, I in soccer, I can't speak anywhere else.
Yeah,
it's always the boys' parents. It's a boys' team. It's a boy. Dude, Allie had a tournament at Red Mountain Park, right? And she was in the championship game. They almost won. They lost. It was penalty kicks. It was a great game. They lost to Chrisman. They shouldn't even have been into the. I wouldn't even have thought they'd have made it to the champ, but they played really good. But anyway, Chrisman ran they won the championship, the whole bracket, and there was some good they were happy, but it was no big deal, right?
Yeah,
dude, the boys over 9 fields away. you would have thought you were listening to an NFL stadium game.
Oh, jeez.
I'm like, it's soccer, and these kids are in like younger high school kids.
Yes.
Like, why are you screaming that much about a kid winning it's cool, but it doesn't mean crap.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't mean anything.
You know that there are children on the other side.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like, why are you rubbing it into the kids? Like, I get being excited. I'm not saying don't be excited, but there's an extent of excitement for a game.
For a children's game.
Yeah. Like, okay, like a state championship game when it's your last game of football, right? You're ever going to play probably as a senior.
Yeah.
I get it, right?
Honestly, a state championship, I get that.
Right.
I get it.
Totally good to go, right? I don't, but it's like these kids are little, like
an in-season tournament win.
Yeah, during a break.
Yeah,
they haven't even had practice. They just showed up.
Yes.
Right. So why are we getting all crazy? And these are the same parents that like cuss out the refs. And,
oh my gosh,
and the refs are teenage kids. It's like, okay, I have the same problem, right? Because let me tell you. When your kids if they play a lot of soccer, the one consistent inconsistency in soccer
is officiating.
Is offsides calling.
Oh yeah,
so
dude.
It's and I can't understand it. So for me, I'm very linear in the sense of offsides in football is when you go across the line of scrimmage when you shouldn't. You can't argue it. You either did it, you didn't, or you moved before the ball snapped, right?
Yeah.
There's no gray area. You did or you didn't, and even a flinch counts. Well, dude, it is like there's so many different rules. So I actually asked a ref one time after a game, I said, because they had made some dumb calls, but I'm not here to argue with them. And they were older, they were adults, refs.
Yeah.
So I asked him to explain. He read me the rules verbatim, and I'm like, that's good, but you didn't call it that way. Is what I'm thinking.
So my question is when it comes to how many officials were reffing the game?
3.
Okay, they
had 2 side judges and they had 3. I understand it being off when there's the 2 that roam back and forth.
Yeah, and they're trying to keep up with the flow of the game.
And one of them's a female who's out of shape who can't keep up with the line anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, look, you're here to help. I don't care. Like you miss a call, whatever, right? But when there's 3 of you, that's your job, just to run kind of with. You don't have to run. You just walk around back and forth.
Just make sure that you're not letting anybody get offside.
And I'm under the assumption that as soon as the ball leaves the foot, right, of the kicker, it's a sprint, right? You can't cherry pick. Totally makes sense,
right?
But once that ball is kicked, if my daughter is faster than everybody else,
then it's not offsides.
But they call her offsides because she looks like she's offsides because she can get 2 or 3 yards ahead of some of these girls. Yeah. And I'm like, you can't. You're not paying attention, or it's like this one off. You can be one yard within 1 yard or one arm. I don't know. It's so weird,
and that's why, like when you watch pros, like they literally have offside judges. That's all they do. That's all they do. They have the flag. They don't call anything else.
That's what these have.
But you only got 3 officials when it comes to a high school game, and you're trying to keep up with the flow of the game back and forth. They're not going to get it, and
that's why I don't ever. You don't hear me yelling from the stands, right?
I've been to a game with you. Never heard you yell.
Yeah, but some people get so mad.
They get dude. Okay, same exact thing. I'm at this game. Listen, and my brother-in-law is watching the game, and he's yelling at the refs, like, dude. And his biggest thing is, one, moving screens. Everybody sees it. Yeah. Everybody sees it, and he gets fired up. It's like he's moving his feet, and he yells at it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get on my brother-in-law for that one because that's like, okay, you should see that. The other one he was getting on is like the scorekeeper's not keeping track of how many fouls. At the end of a tight game in the fourth quarter,
fouls matter.
You had better be tracking that, and they didn't. And they did a bad job at it, and he's getting mad about that. I get that. But if you are also yelling at these officials that are volunteering their time
or getting paid $20, nothing.
They're not getting paid crap.
Paid nothing.
They're volunteering. They're volunteering.
Essentially, yeah.
The money might pay for their gas to get there and maybe a small snack to eat on the way back. Like, that's it. They're not getting paid real money here. Let's be serious. And if they're doing it, like, you don't see anybody in news stands going down there and doing this. Like, give these guys some grace. And they're not going to be perfect. It's a high school tournament game.
Yeah, it's a high school game, and it's like, come on.
Yeah.
What are you getting out of when you act that way? You're just letting your kids think it's okay to treat people like that. Like
exactly,
you are
showing just that, but you're showing everybody else in the stand your low character.
It makes me super mad.
I get so fired up about
referees missing calls can be but you shouldn't as a parent. You should
set the standards for the kids.
Sit down and understand that. Look, if it's not a game losing decision in a state championship game, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Or even in a playoff, right? You don't want to lose a game because you're out. I get the emotion and upset. I get it. I've been screwed on penalties. We've seen it happen in college football.
Yes.
I mean, let's be honest. We could transition right now into the ASU game.
Oh,
and the missed
targeting?
field goal. No, the missed field goal thing. Did you see that? Have you seen that debacle?
No, I didn't see anything about the field goal.
So the way the rules are written, so late in the game, ASU had a field goal blocked, okay?
Oh, yeah.
The ball was touched one time. Flips, goes up and goes through the uprights.
Oh, yes, I saw that one.
It should have counted, right? So ASU should have won that game. The college football playoff's not going to, the committee's not, even though the committee could say, hey, Texas, you won, but because of this, we're giving it to ASU. They didn't.
I thought you were talking about the targeting calls, which
the targeting
it was clear targeting in every game you've ever watched this entire football season. That's a targeting penalty. It's a 15-yard automatic first down, which would have put ASU in position to win in regulation. Shouldn't have gone to overtime.
Yep, and they you got to give ASU credit. They played a hell of a game.
Oh my gosh.
It was phenomenal. One of the best games of college football playoff history.
I have never been more proud of my team playing a game. And Diamondbacks won a World Series. Yeah. Right? In a historically dramatic fashion. The way the Sun Devils were this year was, like I said, as a community, there's no way we could be anything other than insanely proud of them.
Dude, Skattebo.
Oh my gosh, what a man.
Not only did he talk the game, he walked it.
Dude, unbelievable. He backed all of it up.
And everybody, even when and I hate this guy with a passion. I hate Stephen A. Smith. I think he's out of control.
He's an
I know
tool.
He hates the Cowboys, but I just think he's a tool.
It's shtick is what it is with him.
He's just a douche, dude. Yeah. That's the way to put it. And he's made it his personality that way, which is fine. Maybe he's not like that in real life.
He's made millions of dollars doing it.
He may be. That just may be his personality.
It's the same thing with Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
You've made so much money by being the worst sports take guy on TV, and yet somehow you get employed again. I don't get it.
He's got a lawsuit against him for sexual harassment right now.
I know. I saw that.
Even Stephen A. Smith was like, that boy's a man child.
Dude.
He came to play. Like, when you win the offensive MVP and you're on the losing team first time in 26 years of the Peach Bowl history, that's crazy.
Not only that, but when you said the week up, this is like, I don't know. Everybody knows that you never give the other team bulletin board material, right? You don't sit there in press conferences and spout off about how great you are.
And that I'm the best in the league.
Yeah, and that nobody can stop me, and expect the other side not to be like, all right, guys, guess what? We're stopping him.
Hammering down.
Okay, and you're going up against Texas, filled with NFL star talent on the defensive line. Like, these are men on the defensive side of the Texas. And Cam Skattebo backed up every ounce of trash talk.
Unbelievable.
He was unstoppable.
Yeah, he was. He did it. And I wish they would have kept going on, because I'd like to see them. I'd like to just see what keeps going. And
I know.
Did you see they offered the quarterback? What's his name?
Sam Levitt.
Yeah. Did you see what he got offered from Oregon to go to transfer?
No, I didn't see
$5 million in NIL money. And I think he's staying. I think him and some other guys are staying because they like the pro. And they should absolutely. They have real chance at being pretty dang good again next year.
Yeah. And the thing that sucks, and I said this to anybody that want to listen to it, the biggest bummer is that we don't get to watch Cam Skattebo play for another year.
Yeah.
It is the biggest bummer because the guy was he was the essence of ASU. Everything about that guy just made you love the team because of the way he would run, the way he would play, and it would lift up everybody on the side to do the same exact way.
Well, and what's that, the Boise State running back,
Ashton Genty.
Genty, right?
Yeah.
I watched that game. They call him the People's Heisman, right? All the signs in the stands say the People's Heisman, and it's all Boise State people,
of course,
which is fine.
And listen, if I was a Boise State fan, I'd be saying the same thing.
Right, but how do you say that after watching Cam Skattebo do what he did? You're like, listen, Jitty, you're good, but that kid, I don't care where you put Cam Skattebo in the NFL, what side, where, he will be successful as a fullback, running back, maybe even an X, you know what I mean? Somebody on the inside, or a Z, as I think it's called. But dude, he is going to be a beast.
I so badly want him to be in the NFL. The only reservation I have is because there's so many guys like him in college that were just so good to watch play in college that they just don't transfer to the NFL because of the massive jump in physical talents. Like, it's just huge.
But he's just built different.
And up here.
Yeah.
Like, physically, he's got a good body. Like, 5'11", 215. Like,
perfect freaking just
square. The size of his freaking calves.
He runs like he runs downhill the whole time. Shoulders are like with the line. They are like, let's go.
He is amazing balance. Yeah. His amazing balance.
Yeah.
Dude, I got nothing but great things to say about Cam Skattebo. I got nothing but great things to say about the Sun Devils.
They did great. You know, they had a year when they were supposed to be 16 of 16 in the conference. They make it to number 4 in the college playoff, and they lose in double
Texas
overtime
all the way to the wire.
Yeah, and they arguably should have won outside of some missed calls. So you can't blame the refs. They should have made it. You know, it is what it is. It sucks, but whatever.
The one I'm not going to give them on much about the field goal thing, because I do remember what you're talking about, only because that's so bizarre and not.
It is,
like,
but
you just never see that.
I know, but the refs should know those one-off things, because that's changes.
What they get
that's
paid
3
for.
points. Like, you should be like, no, it literally. And even then, the thing that gets me is if we don't have instant replay, we don't have all these other refs are sitting in a booth to challenge stuff, you know what I mean? Then it's different. It's human error with 1 or 3 people. Okay, I get it. But you have a booth upstairs that's literally checking everything you're doing.
That is why I had such a problem with it missed targeting.
Yeah.
It was literally reviewed.
Yeah.
It happened in front of the referee. They paused the game. They review it, and they still said that's not targeting. We lost a guy for a half of a game because of a targeting penalty that, to me, was not targeting in the previous game against Iowa State. And that guy was one of our best players in the second half against Texas.
And you know, we did that game against Texas without the best receiver they have on the team.
Yeah. Yeah.
What happened to him?
Shoulder injury. Yeah. Wrecked his shoulder, ended up having surgery. I want to say it was against Iowa State.
I have to have surgery.
No. It was a game before Iowa State.
Yeah, it was the game before.
It was a game before the conference championship game. So he was out for the season. But anyway, like I said, I got so much respect for ASU. Now, here is the hard part, following it up. Because we were all saying the exact same thing about the 2020-2021 Phoenix Suns up to the finals run. Oh my gosh, so proud of them.
No, living up to the hype again is going to be tough because it's better to go in as an underdog where nobody really sees you coming. Now they're going to prepare for you. They've seen you.
2023 Arizona Diamondbacks World Series run. Didn't make the playoffs the next year. And it is the follow-up that is the hardest part.
ASU's pretty young though, right?
Well, I mean, it's college.
No, but like their team is young.
The quarterback's a freshman. Obviously, Cam's gone. He was a senior. They do have a lot of returning talent, but at the same time, it's college. Like you're turning that roster over like every year.
Cowboys pick up Cam Skattebo.
You need a running back.
We need a running. We just got rid of Zeke.
I saw he just signed
Chargers.
I was going to say he just signed to a practice squad for some playoff team.
Chargers.
Apparently, he requested to be released.
Good for him. He needs to be out. Yeah. He's terrible.
He was great.
Team was terrible. He was great the first few years, but he just tanked hard.
And you know, unfortunately, that is the life of a lot of running backs. The life of a Derrick Henry, rare.
That's why Skattebo's the next Derrick Henry, dude.
Mike Allstott.
Oh,
to me, he's Mike Allstott.
You need to put a big old neck roll on that.
Shoulder pad 6 inches tall.
Dude, seriously, that guy, he does run a lot like him, where it's just you can't get him down.
Yeah, he just does not go down. He keeps his feet underneath him.
And the problem is because they don't teach you to tackle anymore. They teach you to hit.
Yeah.
So if you can absorb that and figure that out, which he's done a pretty good job, even on the biggest stage for them against Texas. I mean, the NFL is not much different. I mean, they're a little faster, a little bigger, but he's going to get faster and bigger.
Not with that, I'm going to say, but Texas has got the NFL talent. Like that's what they had. That's what they had going for them against ASU, because the rest of you think about it, there wasn't anything that Texas did that ASU did not weather.
No.
Like they
started off slow.
They started off in a hole.
Oh, dude, 2 plays, touchdown from that Ingram's whatever his name. Well, who's the quarterback?
Oh, Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, he threw two passes, dude.
2 passes, touchdown.
And
then the next one was a punt return. You're like, oh, great. This is the night we're in for.
Here we go.
And guess what? Double overtime. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that we went there.
I know. It sucked that just went into. You just wanted them to miss. Like I wanted them to just. But anyway.
It
was a great game.
It was.
ASU Sun Devils, well done.
Fantastic. Like just again, the hardest part is going to be the follow up. Like being able to maintain the success. That's the hardest part, because we love these stories. Like I said, the Suns, the Diamondbacks, they just recently went through it. Following it up and maintaining the success, that's the hardest part.
The quarterback's still there. Cam's gone, which is fine. You'll find somebody else is going to be there. But like they have a good team. And I'm a coach fan.
Like I say, they've got the coach.
And the thing is, I think that'll help them with recruiting this year. I think they're going to bring in some good talent that's like, hey, look, we've got the best weather to play football in. It's a little warm in the beginning, but you have the best weather to practice in. ASU's a great school.
It's a great town. Like you're in a major city. There's not many colleges that have a major city that they're in. Yeah. Like it's a big time college. Like Alabama's in Tuscaloosa, not a major city. Yeah. Right? Athens, Georgia. Now it's just outside of Atlanta, but that's not a major city. Like the big time colleges aren't normally in big time metropolitan.
Is it Texas and Austin?
Austin, yeah. So that's one of the few.
There's a few. There is a few though, for sure. So yeah, I don't know how now with the record and the coach being the way he is, and you just like you're bringing back some culture, which is huge.
I also think it really helps that they're in the Big 12.
Yeah,
like it's a conference that they honestly they really could own for a while. They could be that team.
It's so funny how all these conferences got merged because they said the Pac-12 sucked, and there's all these Pac-12 teams that are the top.
They're dominating.
Yeah, they're dominating. Maybe the Pac-12 was just that hard.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I remember that was last year at the end of the Pac-12, because the Pac-12 just they cleaned up in the postseason, and everyone was like, maybe the Pac-12's not bad. Maybe they're actually kind of good. I mean, Washington went all the way to the national championship and won it. No, they didn't win it.
No.
They didn't win it. Who beat them?
Didn't Alabama beat them?
No, it was Ohio State, wasn't it?
I don't freaking know.
Crap, I can't remember who beat them.
I know Washington didn't win because they had the coach for Alabama.
Yeah, he went to
up
Alabama.
There.
Yeah. Crap, I can't remember who beat them. That doesn't matter. The fact that they were there. They were there in the end. Was it Georgia? No, it wasn't Georgia. Oh, it's Michigan.
Oh, it was
Michigan. Yeah, that's what it was. It was a Big Ten school.
McCarthy.
Yeah. But anyway, I can say that I actually have something I want to talk about when it comes to sports realignment, right? It's so bad right now, just in general. Just think about this. Should the Dallas Cowboys be in the NFC East?
No.
Does that make any sense?
No. All that doesn't make any sense. All the way that I don't know how they did that to
it doesn't make any sense.
With.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense.
And not only that, but it's not like we haven't taken the time to like realign this crap.
Well, it's like Philly, New York, and Washington, D.C. are all in the same, like, right there.
Right next to each other.
Dallas way over here.
Yeah. Well, think about this. The AFC East. You got the New York Jets, the Buffalo Bills, New England Patriots, Miami Dolphins. Yeah. What? Like, how on earth does that make any sense? There is another team in the AFC in Florida, Jacksonville, in a completely different conference. That's also, Miami's further south than Jacksonville is, and yet somehow Miami plays all the way up in the Northeast.
Why that happened? Like, I'd like to know the history behind it.
Now, I think some of it has to do with like I'll call historic rivalries.
That, or did teams move? Like, did they, like, when the Cardinals came from St. Louis to here? Well, like that kind of thing?
They got realigned. They used to be in the NFC East. They used to play the Cowboys back when we were young. But they moved out to Arizona. Now they're a part of the NFC West. Like, you can do that.
I don't know why they don't realign that.
I think the only sport that's really got to figure it out is basketball. Western and Eastern Conference, done. If you're west of this point, you're in that conference. Yeah. Like, it's just easier.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that another time because it mostly comes to football and it's mostly about college football because I just think it's insane. Anyway, I don't got much else to say. Oh, this one last thing. I just wanted to get off my head. Okay. This drives me nuts. How many times do we have a Monday Night Football doubleheader this postseason?
I
think
know.
3 times.
We talked about this. Yeah.
Why on earth are we staggering them by 15 minutes? Yeah. And then you can't watch them at the same time.
Yeah, and you're not staggering them like one's ending 15 minutes after. We're talking, they literally start within 15 minutes.
Kick off within 15 minutes.
It's stupid.
I can't believe that ESPN would be okay with that. Like, listen, if you're going to get 2 Monday Night Football games, start one on the East Coast at, we'll say 5.
Yeah.
Start one on the West Coast at 5. There's a 3-hour gap in the time frame. Like, what the crap are we doing here?
I think they're dumb.
It's so stupid.
Makes it really hard to watch.
Yeah, and it's crazy because we're talking about like one of the best TV products, the only TV product that actually requires people to watch it live. Like, we were talking about like TV ratings. The only thing that brings the country together is the NFL. Ugh. In college football too, to some extent, but the NFL is king. And somehow we have these staggering numbers like that. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
Somebody's dumb idea in a room, bro, and nobody told me it was stupid, and they just went with it.
It is crazy to me to think that happened that way. Anyway, I got nothing else, man. You got anything else?
No, that's it. It's good to be back.
It is good to be back, man.
It's been a long week and a half or so, but
it's been nice. It's been nice to be able to have that time.
2025 is going to be interesting.
Dude, 2025. We are a quarter of a century into the new millennium.
I'm almost 39.
Dude, 39. That's right. A couple months away.
Yeah, that sucks. But
I got goals I got to get done before I get 39.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got goals.
Dude, it's new year. Are you down 15 or total?
Yeah, so I am actually down 12 now because after that, I finally got an appetite back and was able to actually eat. So I'm down 12 overall, which is I'm on schedule. That's where I need to be.
That's good.
So it is New Year. Do you have any other goals you want to throw out there?
Well, a lot's going to depend on my shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
If I have to have surgery, my goals are going to be later in the year, I think. But I think I want to do another show.
Oh,
but because here's the thing, I've been actually pretty consistent with my food still. And most of the time when you gain weight back from a show, you're going to gain about 10 pounds no matter what. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm only up like 16 pounds from the show, which is huge because it's been 3 months.
Yeah.
So I've been able to really maintain, like I float between 250 and 248, whereas my last prep I started, I was at over 260.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see what it would be like because I don't think it'd be as dramatic of a cut. It would just be a little hard towards like the last 6 weeks versus the last 12.
Yeah.
So maybe, but I can't help it, dude. You're
obviously addicted at this point.
It's just like, I don't want to go through the crap of the fish again. I do not want to eat fish, bro. But I don't know. It just makes it easier to do like the gym. And I literally like, I am at the point now where even I got to bring you a loaf of sourdough bread, by the way.
Oh, you're not gonna eat it?
No, I have 6 loaves, but I want you to taste different.
I do,
because
I will try this.
Because you have this your neighbor, she cooks that like roll of it.
Yeah.
And so Jenna makes this sweet like honey like sandwich bread.
Okay.
So you with eggs and stuff, it's out of control.
I'm in.
The problem I'm having is I used to love eggs and that all day long. Bro, I am at the point now where if I eat outside of what I normally eat, I'm just not happy.
Really?
It's so weird. Like
that's also good. I mean, it is good that you got in your brain to the point where you actually want to eat.
I ate 6 eggs and 3 pieces of toast with that sourdough, and by the time I got to the 3rd slice, I was like, I don't even want to eat this. Like, it doesn't taste good anymore. It's just, I want the sourdough with like some honey or some jelly on it because it's really good bread.
Yeah.
But I'd rather drink the egg whites, have the 2 eggs, and have a pancake every day. Like, I don't, it's just insane. Other than a cheat meal, right? You still get my pizza. That is not going to change.
Oh, dude, pizza. Oh.
I just can't. Like, I love that right now I can eat like a bite of something. Like, we're going to Vegas this weekend. Me and 5 guys, we're going to go have some fun in Vegas. And dude, I'm going to eat. I know I'm going to, but I don't even want to eat meals. It's literally like, I said, I'm like, hey, we should all buy something different and just kind of pick at something. Oh yeah, that'll taste good. But dude, Instagram knows, bro. Hey. It is out of control. The algorithm, my food porn is through the roof with Vegas stuff right now, dude. Oh gosh, I'm not looking forward to this weekend for food, but I am looking forward to eating.
Randizzles coming this Friday, so I'm getting myself a Randizzles burger.
You have to.
If Whitney's coming to town, dude, I got to do it.
Yeah. Is he going to be at the food truck Friday?
Yeah.
Longest lines ever.
Dude, it's funny. You go there. I think last time I was there, I videotaped it. There are, I don't know, 30 trucks.
Yeah.
There's one line. And everybody's in line for this Randizzle. And my brother-in-law gets there. He always gets there early, comes on his way from work, and just stops, and we go and meet him there, so we don't have to wait in the line, right? Good on him. Way to go, Ricky. Really appreciate you doing the hard work for us. But I remember one time we were standing, we'd already ordered and we're waiting, and this couple's coming through who'd never been to Food Truck Friday. And they're like, so why is everybody like eating? He's like, hey, is this stuff really good? And I just looked at him and I pointed at the line. I'm like, do you see a line anywhere else? He's like, oh, good point. I was like, there's a reason why everybody's in this line.
Yeah.
There is a reason for it.
There's a burger place in Vegas I want to eat at, but it's like the minimum wait's an hour.
Oh, see.
Like and it's like a restaurant, but it's like a takeout kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's something like something Love or Amore or something like that, but I'm like, I want to eat it, but I don't want to wait in line that long. I'm like, dude, like, I'm not like, we found some other like farm basket. We just found this beef brisket or beef short ribs. $18 for 6 giant ribs. I'm like, listen, this is a good idea. Dude, Instagram's legit, bro. We have so much stuff.
It's funny because I actually got one of those things sent to me on Instagram. The algorithm got me on a steakhouse in Vegas, and I sent it to my buddies. I'm like, listen, I don't want to go to Vegas.
Is it Gold? What's it called? It's got to be the one. Is it have like, did it show lobster? Big old chunks of lobster?
No, it actually showed a big old tomahawk steak. And I was like,
there's a steakhouse there that's you can buy $1,000 lobster plate.
Oh my gosh!
But it comes like there's like 10 lobsters and they're like giant, huge lobsters tails.
Do you worry that if you have lobster anywhere else now that you're going to be like, not as good?
It's not. I've had it.
Okay.
I just don't. It just sounds like, well, whatever.
Because I have told myself anytime that I see it. Like Shalay the other day, we were getting soup and she's like, oh, it's got lobster bisque. I want to get something. Like, don't do it. You're going to be upset. It's not going to be as good. It's not going to
taste like it. Dude, I will never, like, I had clam chowder in Maine. I had scallops in Maine. I had lobster. I will never have any of that stuff. Not there.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. I don't want to eat. Clam chowder here tastes like it comes out of a can. It doesn't smells terrible.
Dude,
I want nothing to do with it.
I'm 100% with you. Like, ever since I'm like, I just can't. I'll do shrimp. I eat shrimp. I do shrimp all the time.
Fine.
Okay. For some reason, lobster has been absolutely axed. I can't eat it. I'm not going to eat it because I'm going to be disappointed.
Yep.
And it costs enough money to where I don't want to be disappointed.
Yeah, that's enough to push you to the point where you're like, no, I'm not buying it.
Yeah,
like, it ain't worth the risk.
I'll spend $200 flying to Maine.
That would be an awesome red eye. Just go straight there, eat some lobster, give a plane, and come back. Yeah, dude. That would be awesome.
Well, dude, again, great to be back.
Yep.
Good chat with you again, man.
Yeah, it's been fun. Well, I'm sure we'll get back on a regular schedule here.
I wonder if we got to come up with like new phrases since it's a new year.
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
I was not prepared for it, so I got nothing.
I don't either. Shoot. We need a definitely new phrase.
We'll come up with something.
New phrases for sure.
Hey, if anybody you got some, throw them our way. We'll see.
We'll see if the phrases are.
Yeah, we'll take some. But until then, stay fresh, you cheese bags.
Like fat kids in dodgeball. We're out.
JJ and Pug Show theme song was written, composed, and performed by Lane Hartman. Special thanks to Highland Communities for all the support given to our show. You can find the JJ and Pug Show podcast wherever you do listen to podcasts. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Remember to share the show with your friends and family and subscribe wherever you do listen. If you're able to, please feel free to support us by sending a donation to us by going to ko-fi.com/the JJ and Pug Show. That is ko-fi.com/the JJ and Pug Show. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for all the support, whether that is by simply listening, whether that is sharing it with a friend, or giving us that sweet, sweet cash. We truly appreciate it all. Thank you so much.